All right. Hello, everybody. So, if you're like me and you bought the 64 gig Steam Deck and then you were like, I want to play The Sims. I didn't even know The Sims could be played on Steam Deck. Steam Deck, that's so cool. I'm going to show you how you can have your Sims game loaded onto your SD card and still manage to get all your mods and everything like that to work, because usually it would have to be loaded onto the internal drive, and then there's the whole mods folder and everything like that. And I'll show you how to find the folder if you do have a big enough internal drive that you can have everything on there. I will show you where to find that folder in this video as well. But this is mainly for people who need to load it onto the SD card and you were trying to figure out how to make it work. I got you. So as you can see, my game here has no mods, no UI changes, no nothing like that. So of course you want to make sure that your game is downloaded. I first downloaded mine onto the internal drive, made sure everything was loaded, and then I transferred the file over into my SD card. And I did that because I wanted to make sure that the compat data for The Sims was on the internal drive. I don't know 100% if you just download it to the SD card, if it will still have the compat data on the internal drive. So what I did was I just loaded it onto my internal drive first, and then just transfer the files. If you are just going to load it onto your internal drive and you don't need to load it onto your SD card, I'll show you the pathways. So from here, we're going to go to your actual internal drive from here. It's going to have all of your basic file information, your SD card, your home device, like your internal drive and everything like that. So first we're going to go to the home device. Now you want to make sure you go up here to open menu and show hidden files. That's the only way you're going to be able to see the pathways that I'm talking about. Once that's clicked on, go to deck, go to local. As you can see, it's kind of like hidden, like grayed out, because it is a hidden file. If you do not click the hidden files, you will not see this. Click on local. Click on share. If you need to follow along, it'll be up here at the top. So if you want to take a screenshot once I get done to see all the pathways that you need to click on, please do so. Once you're at share, you're going to go to Steam, Steam apps. Then you're going to go to compat data right here. Now the compat data you want is this one right here, 1222670. This will always be the folder that will have the compat data for The Sims. You're going to double click on that, double click on PFX, Drive C. We're going to go to users. Okay, so now that we're here, we have our mod folder. Documents. There's nothing in the folder. It's getting a little crazy. I don't have anything in the folder right now because I'll show you guys how this should be looking a little more familiar now. What we're going to do is Sims 4. I do keep the mods, and then you'll have your Sims 4 folder. As you can see, I didn't have any mods any computer. Show up on your mods folder and everything like that. If I go show you my SD card, I go to Steam apps, which is pretty similar to how you find it on the internal drive, but for some reason, for the SD card, instead of it being compat data that you want to have stuff in, you got to go to common, and common is where they load up all your games. So like I have Dead by Daylight, Halo, Left 4 Dead 2, and my Sims 4 all loaded. This is where it stores it, for me at least, when I download it to my SD card. All my games show up in this screen right here. And like I said, I've written into the Sims 4 file from my internal drive. So mine is going to look a little different from yours if you have not done that. I did that because it seems like the file for the Sims 4, when you load it directly onto your SD card, is slightly different than the one that you get when you load it onto your internal drive. So I wanted the one that I know works and runs the mods. So I wrote into the file by just taking the one from the home tab and then just like copying it into my SD card. And then it just overwrote everything. So like when you normally see it, it'll just have like installer, overlay, and all this. And then I just added in, like when I wrote it in, it added in all the other folders. Now you would think, okay, cool. So then I'm done. I could just have like, it'll write into it. The mods folder will be there, and I just keep it how it is and it'll load it. No, that's not how it works. What you really have to do is you still need to, for some reason, load your mods into the home folder for it to still work with the SD card. Because I've tried everything. I've tried to just like load stuff in, but without having written into the file, just load like some mods in here, and they do not show up. As you could see in the beginning video, there was nothing that showed up when I opened my game. There were no mods, and I will show you in data is where I put my data, and client is where I put all my mods. Because at first I thought this was where it would show up, and it doesn't. I have a whole mods folder full of everything, and I have a custom loading screen, and I have like UI cheats and stuff like that, and none of that showed up. So clearly, having it loaded in like this doesn't do anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that folder, we're going to keep it up so we don't have to keep clicking back and forth. We're going to open the home folder in a new tab, and then we're going to do the same thing. Now I have it sitting here as a like quick way to get to the Sims 4 folder, but I'm gonna do it again for you guys so that way we're all on the same page. So you go to Deck, Local, Share, and then you go to Steam, Steam Apps, Compat Data, 1222670. All right, so now that we have these both set up, we're gonna go users here. Steam it's empty. There's nothing in here. My documents. So electronic arts. Just go ahead and then you'll have everything here. That's why I select all of it and then just drag it over here so that you just when I need to do anything, I can just easily click on the Sims 4, and then this one has the mods that are loaded onto my SD card. I'm gonna copy here instead of move here, so then that way the mods in 2 spots, even if it's not going to like save them. I might eventually move it to its own folder like out here somewhere, so that way I just have a backup. So if anything goes wrong, it's like 5,000 files. It's taking a while so that I can easily just download it. I was like, wait, it's not working. It's not showing everything. That's right. I do have a lot of files and find out at the bottom it's transferring a lot. So we're gonna give it time to transfer, and then I'll show you the next step. We got all our script mods in here. I just added a script mod. I was trying to see if it managed to catch it. I don't think it did. I tried to sneak one in there as it was transferring everything, but I don't think it put it in there. So let me see. I might have to, because I added the UI cheats. I didn't have the UI cheats before, so I might have to just go ahead and copy this over here, and then copy the script over there. There we go. Okay, because I don't think it didn't catch that because I did that as it was transferring. So okay, we should be good now. We have our mods loaded onto our SD card. Like I said, that's just in case anything happens to the Steam Deck. I should still have the mods on my SD card, and then if the SD card for some reason gets messed up, then the mods are loaded onto the Steam Deck itself as well. So as you can see, we've got some space taken up now from that. So now we only have 18 gigs free. I had like 30 something gigs before this, I think. Okay, so now a lot. So now we can close this out, and we should loads correctly. Works right. We should see it go back to gaming mode. So double click on that. My game fully loads in. And we should load up the Sims, and it should show us. I was gonna go for the dark all of our new. I kind of like the way the pink UI looks in custom content, all of our mods and everything like that. So let's see. We should have our custom caramel kisses. No, not caramel kisses. Is it Caramel Simmer? That's her name on Twitch, I think. It's Caramel Simmer. What is her? I think it's Caramel Sims maybe on Patreon. There we go. We've got our custom loading screen. So clearly we know the mods worked. When I showed you the game before, y'all remember my UI was not pink. It was a regular old UI. So now when we load in now, we should have, I love this loading screen, by the way. Shout out to Caramel. Dope ass loading screens that she has. Black History Month, go ahead, give her a little follow. I will try to put her, I will try to put her link in the description. So if you want, this loading screen, she's got so many beautiful loading screens. Honestly, there's so many to choose from. And there you go, y'all. You've got all of your mods while your game is. I showed y'all my game is loaded on my SD card, but you put the mods in the mod folder on the internal drive, and that is how you get everything to pop up. And so with that, we are good to go. Like I said in the beginning, into the game, I will reiterate, I had it loaded onto the Steam Deck itself first, so very, very easy, and then I just went to settings, storage, and clicked on the game and said move install file, and so I moved it over to the SD card first before I did any of what I showed you in this video. I would recommend loading it onto your Steam Deck first, and then switching the file over to your SD card. That just makes sure that the compat data is on your internal drive. I'm not 100% sure if you simply just download the game onto your SD card, if that compat data is still going to be in the home internal drive. I'm not sure. I haven't done it that way, so I'm not sure. You could try and test it that way. I will say that sometimes, because you are running mods on the Steam Deck, depending on which mods and everything that you download, I personally have MCC Command Center. I have Health Redux. I have UI cheats. I have the pink UI. I have the custom loading screen. I have delinquent teen. I have dynamic teen life. And then I have the always on testing, always cast full edit, and always move objects on. And I also have the Panda Sama pregnancy overhaul. So I have a lot of stuff. Oh, and I have a ton of CC of furniture, clothing, everything. So I have a lot going on in this game. So it does sometimes act funky when loading in. Sometimes the game, I have to restart it. But I will say I have to do that on my iMac when I play The Sims anyway sometimes. Sometimes I have to shut down the computer, restart it, and things like that to get the game to really work. So I will say if it seems like it's not working or it gets stuck or something like that, trust me, I've done it 1,000 times on this thing. I've like had to close the game and reopen it, and it works just fine. Nothing goes wrong. But yeah, you're good to go now. All your mods should work. I hope this video was super helpful for a lot of people because I couldn't find any information anywhere about how to specifically have your game loaded onto your SD card so that you're not taking up all your internal drive space. Because I bought the 64 gig Steam Deck, and I know a lot of people did too, just because it was cheaper. And you could just buy an SD card. So in your head, you're thinking, why am I going to pay this money for all this internal drive when I could just buy a really big micro SD card and be good to go? That was my thinking as well until I realized that the Sims takes up a lot of space, and I don't even have that many packed, but the Sims takes up a lot of space, and so you end up having like maybe 5 gigs left to put CC on your game, and like some of my just like clothing mods or like clothing CC is like a gig itself, like the folder is a gig itself. So that's not gonna work. There's got to be a way for me to get the best of both worlds, and I have figured it out for you guys because like I've seen people on the TikTok video that shows you how to, which I will link below also, the TikTok video that shows you how to load it onto your Steam Deck, like the if you're doing it on the internal drive, people were asking, well, what if you have it on your SD? No one had any answers. Even on Reddit, somebody was like, well, what about the SD? No one had any answers. So I have found the answer, you guys. I think I've cracked the code. I think I've exited the matrix. But yes, I hope this was helpful. I'm probably never going to do another video like this, but I'm so excited I was able to help you guys out. Bye.